Did you know that plagiocephaly affects 1 in 5 babies within just the short few months of their lives? Plagiocephaly is also known as a condition where a baby's head becomes flat in the back or on the sides. This can be caused by many things, such as using an instrument to get them out of the mother during the birthing process. But the most common cause of this flat head syndrome is because a baby is laid on their back too often. As a caregiver, I make sure to carve out special time throughout my day for tummy time. Tummy time is used to develop motor skills and prevent that plagiocephaly or a flat head. So let's go into looking at how tummy time can really affect and prevent early motor delay in infants. Dr. Hoeker, a pediatrician expert, defines tummy time as placing a baby on his or her stomach while awake and supervised. Dr. Gardner, an Illinois pediatrician, observed that 1 in 40 children are affected by early motor delay that can be picked up and observed by the time that they were 3 months old. So tummy time is this basic skill that is used that will help your child eventually roll over from their stomach onto their back and back and forth. It will help your baby learn to sit by themselves, eventually crawl, and then even in the longevity of their infancy, it will help them learn to walk. So the National Institute of Child Health and Development stated that from day 1, from the day a baby comes home, they benefit from 2 to 3 tummy time sessions a day. Now, when they're first an infant, you want to do this for very short periods of time, maybe like just 2 to 3 minutes at max. But then as they get older, you are able to lay them on their stomach for longer and also more times a day. So a Mayo Clinic study suggests that babies that actually have more tummy time, that actually involve that tummy time more, are more likely to crawl sooner than babies that do not have that tummy time in their early infancy. So by planning this tummy time and placing a child on their stomachs, they begin to build their neck and arm muscles that are used to help keep them upright when they're crawling, and then their back muscles that help them sit up when they're first learning to sit, and then later walk. So a very important thing is to realize that a lot of babies do not actually enjoy tummy time at all. Many babies hate tummy time. I mean, how would you feel if you were laying on your stomach and you were so weak you could only lift up your head for 2 or 3 seconds at a time before you got so exhausted you had to lay your head back down again? A lot of times, mothers say that it is hard for them to sit through placing their child on their stomach for tummy time because they don't want to see them so upset. Well, it is important that if your child gets upset, you pick them up and continue on playing with another thing so that they don't get hurt. Tummy time is also important for that early motor development. So the thing that you can do to help babies enjoy tummy time more is you can place maybe their favorite toys in front of them while they're laying on their stomach. Will really help draw their attention. My favorite thing to do with the children I work with is I take a cookie sheet and I put some room temperature water in there, just a little bit, and maybe some toys, and then I can put them on their stomach, and then that way they have water play. So it's working with their sensories. They're playing in the water and they're playing with toys. It keeps their attention for a bit longer so that they can lay on their stomachs, and they're not focused on how uncomfortable they are. They're focused on playing in front of them. And it's important to know that when you're doing that with the water play, this all needs to be extremely supervised. So, because babies grow so much in their first year of life, their heads and their skulls are actually very, very soft to accommodate for this growth and this expansion of the head, expansion of the brain. So what happens a lot is because of SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome, which is caused most often by babies sleeping on their stomachs. When babies sleep on their stomachs, it could kill them. So people have decided to, the rise of infants passing away from SIDS, they have decided to kind of make a campaign that's called Back to Sleep. So while the babies are sleeping, they are kept on their backs. So you think, okay, how am I supposed to prevent my baby from having a flat head if most of the time that they're asleep and they can't sleep on their stomachs because of SIDS? They have to sleep on their backs. And the answer to that is tummy time. Tummy time will kind of work against gravity and counteract that time that they are sleeping on their backs to help keep the head the way that it needs to be because it is so soft. So tummy time is a way to counteract how gravity is working when your child is laying on their backs. Dr. Gardner pointed out that babies go from their car seats to their strollers, to their bouncers, to their swings, and they really don't have enough time to work on building those arm and neck muscles and work against gravity to prevent that flat head. It is important for you to carve out time in your child's day for tummy time. If you don't, it's going to be it's going to be hard to fix it. It's going to be expensive to fix it with therapeutic helmets and bands that are uncomfortable. Your baby is not going to like. So let's get down with tummy time.